Hello and welcome back to Node Exporter chapter. In this chapter, we will going to cover these questions. Understand the node exporter. So first we will talk about what is node exporter. After that, how it collect Linux system related metrics because we are going to install this node exporter on Linux machine. What hardware and operating system level metrics does it expose? In the next topic, we will try to understand what port it uses and how it exposes the metrics. In the last step, we're going to understand how does Prometheus scrap metrics from node exporter. It means that Prometheus will fetch the data from the node exporter client machine. What configuration is needed in your Prometheus instance to access node exporter metrics? All these questions we will cover in this chapter. So let's proceed. The Prometheus node exporter is a crucial component in the Prometheus ecosystem. Let me break down it for you. The first one, we will try to understand the purpose of node exporter, how it works, and last, metrics exposed. In purpose, the node exporter serves as a exporter specifically designed to collect and expose hardware plus kernel related metrics from the Linux based systems such as servers, VM or container. It means that node exporter will fetch the data for the hardware section. It is not used for the application. Let's take an example that if you are running any application like DB or Nginx, Apache, Node.js, any application, it will not fetch that data. It will fetch the data from the operating system. Okay. It provide a way to monitor aspect of the host system. This is what it is written, including CPU uses, memory, disk, input, output, network traffic, and more. So basically, it fetch the data from the host machine only. If your host is running fine or not, if your host having some issue with CPU or memory bottleneck, then it will alert you. How it work? The node exporter run as a standalone binary on the target system. Prometheus will provide us a standalone binary system that we need to install on the client machine. That's it. That we want to monitor. It listen on port number 9100 and Prometheus listen on 9090 by default, exposing an HTTP endpoint where the metrics are available. So what it does, when we install this node exporter, it collect the system information and make the metrics, and that matrix Prometheus will pull and it will show you in its portal. Prometheus scrap these metrics from the node exporter to collect data for monitoring and alerting. This is what I said. And in the last section, we will cover in coming slide. Don't worry. What it means, Prometheus scrap these metrics. Let me show you with the help of 3D animation here. So this is my Prometheus server and these are my client machines. In client machines, we have installed the node exporter binaries that we download from the Prometheus web portal. I will show you in a couple of minutes. Don't worry. Then we configure our Prometheus server to pull the metrics on port number 9100 and then fetch the data from these client machine and store in the TSDB. TSDB stands for time series database. And after that HTTP server, the portal, we can see all these metrics here. I hope now you understand that why we are using node exporter. The main reason behind is that we can also monitor the application, but what happen if my node itself goes down where my application is running? So it is crucial to monitor the node also, right? So let's start with this node and then we will work upon the application. For application we will have another binaries we will talk about. Don't worry. For now, just secure the monitoring for the nodes. And what it metrics exposed? The node exporter exposed a wide variety of metrics, including CPU related metrics, uses, load, temperature, how much the CPU is loaded, how much it is free, and memory uses and swap metrics, disk input output, file system statistics, network traffic and errors, and system uptime, boot time, and many more. So all these information we can fetch with the help of node exporter binaries. Let's move forward. So introducing node exporter monitoring your host. So as I said, we can capture the CPU utilization monitoring and CPU of the host machine. So please bear in mind this host, including individual cores and overall system utilization. Memory uses, it can also monitor the memory, and these are the disks. How we can read input output disk. This is what it is written here. Network performance. We can also capture the network performance. And integrating node exporter with Prometheus. This is very important. In the first step, we will locate and install the node exporter binaries. And in this step, we can locate the latest package I showed you in my previous chapter. From there, we can download and then install the node exporter on each host you want to monitor. It means that if we have 100 of machines, then we have to install this node exporter package on all these 100 nodes in your production environment. And for me, we have only 3 or 4 nodes. So I will install only 3 and 4 nodes only. This can be done using the official binary. This is what I said. After that, in the second step, we will create a user and services. Due to the security reason, we always create a dedicated user for that particular application, right? And this node exporter is an application for me. So for that reason, I will create a user and also create a dedicated service. What we did for Prometheus, same way. In the third step, we will configure the Prometheus. It means that we will configure this Prometheus.yaml file to include the target. We can specify hostname or IP address of the node exporter instance. It means client machine IP address or name we need to add in this file. Okay. And here, as you can see here in master node, I will going to install this node exporter on the master node and on the worker node 1, so that I can show you that how we can add multiple node exporter packages on different nodes one by one. So let's proceed with the lab. I believe that next slide is lab. Yes, this is for lab here. If you are new in my video, then I would like to inform you that you need to click on Prometheus. This is my GitHub page. You can search Anishana 2001 GitHub. You will observe my page. There, you need to click on Prometheus. After that, click on Node Exporter. And here, this is the lab. I upload these videos. During that time, I will also upload the PPT that I shared with you here. You can use this PPT. So no need to copy anything. Everything is you can copy and download from your desktop. Okay. So let's click on here. So node exporter. We will go here. It is mentioned we will going to install node exporter on worker node 1 and master node 1. Node exporter lab. Node exporter services run on 9100 port number. So this is very important. So here first I'm going to log in into my master node, and here I have already logged in into my master node. Leave this Kubernetes cluster aside because we are going to install this package standalone server. First, I need to create a user. If you follow me alone, then you get to know that why I'm using -m, r, and s option. After we need to create a directory. In the last lab, I have already created the directory, so I'm not going to create this directory again. Going inside this directory, and then I can check this download page. Let me show you here. If you are new, then let me show you. These are the packages, and here I need to download node exporter, and this is my node exporter. Click here. Based upon your operating system, I'm using Linux, so I can use Linux. Right click, copy, and then it is 1.8.2, and here I'm using 1.8.1. I just need to use wget and right click. Let me show you here. If I want to use, just paste like this here. But for this lab, I have already worked for 1.8.1. So let me use this one only. I have downloaded these packages. We can also check ls space ltr node exporter is here. We need to untar this file, and after that go inside this directory. Let me show you what files it is inside. This is my binary file. So this is my command here, right? So I need to copy this node exporter command into my usr local bin directory so that I don't need to specify the full path. Now I need to change node exporter with this, giving the permission privileges to this user that we created earlier. After that, we need to create a service for node exporter. And here one can observe that I'm creating this file inside this system D and then system node exporter dot services. And here I have mentioned user is node exporter, group is node exporter, exec star is node exporter. Okay, it will execute node exporter. So let me create this service. After that, I need to reload the daemon because I'm adding a new service here. So for that reason, I'm just reloading the daemon. Let me start this node exporter services here. Just copy paste. We can check the status. And now I can see active and running. That's great. Sometimes it is not working. If 9100 port is already used, then you can check with the help of this netstat nlp command, and it says it is using for node exporter. So it is good for me. If it's not working for you, then you can use this command here. Just paste over here. That's it. Now you can run the below command to check if node exporter is running as expected. It says listen on address this local host 9100. It is running. Okay, that's great. We can also stop the firewall and stop the firewall so that it can listen on 9100. For it, this is lab, so I'm just going to stop. Otherwise, you can use allow firewall. For the sake of easiness, I'm just checking here and let me disable this. Okay, firewall. All issues resolved. I'm installing this node exporter service on master node 1. Thus, I can use localhost this one, a target. So let me check if it's working fine or not. But here I need to first add here. So let me show you here what is the current status for the target. Here I can see only one target, that is Prometheus itself job is running, right? Once we add this node exporter, we will see a next one. Okay. Now I need to log in into here in a master node. I'm already running the Prometheus server. If you're using a different node, then you could log in into that particular node and then open this file. I just need to add here node exporter. I just put it a simple name here, node exporter. That's it. And these things I need to add inside the scrap config tab. That's it. And here I just paste it over here. The indentation is good. The reason behind is that I have already checked. So this is the indentation of job name. Now I will see the node exporter and this is my name. As of now, I'm installing here. I can also use localhost instead of IP address. Just for information, okay? And then once we modify anything, we have to restart the service here. So this kill hub will restart the page very in less time, okay? And now I can check this file. Let me copy here. Okay, so now as you can see here that the service is down. So why it is down? So let's go here and see node exporter main process exited code is 9. Okay, it says that my node exporter service is not working. So let me start here. And now after that, check the status. It is working fine. And after that, I need to refresh this page one or two times. And now it is showing up here. So this is the small troubleshooting that you need to perform at your end if you observe this issue. Okay. Or you can also execute nc minus vz command and check if the port is opening or not. It is saying connected here. Okay, it's good to know. Now I need to open this page on 1990, and after that I need to click on graph here and up. This is the matrix. Now I can see here that node exporter job is one new job is running, that the name of the job is node exporter. Let me switch to previous tab here. Now I can see node. You can observe all the metrics with the name of node underscore. You will see all the metrics here. Okay. Let me show you node CPU second per total metrics, what it's getting here. Now you can observe here at CPU 0 instance, all these here. Nice, IRQ, IO weight, ideal. So it will fetch all the information for you from the host machine. Same thing, I can check for memory. I can use this matrix here. I see node exporter memory, it is showing here. Okay. Now, if I click here and go to the graph, I see a small portion here. Okay. Let me install one package so that I can give some pressure, and we can also observe on the graph here. And how we can download this package? I have already logged in into my master node. Let me download here. Further, I need to use this one here, local install this package. So this is a stress ng package that I'm going to install here. And then I can use this command. M is for memory and 2 is for virtual host. After that, I need to copy here memory one because I'm using memory. It is already here, and click on graph here. Now it will increase the graph. Okay, now it's going down here. We can also reduce the time here. Previously it was showing 1 hour. Now it's showing 30 minutes. Now it is showing 15 minutes. Now you can see here that it is increasing here. If I click here 5 minutes, it is increasing. Let's take it on 15 minutes. And in the meantime, let's install this node exporter package on my worker node 1. And this time I'm not going to execute one by one. So I have written all these commands in one file here. So let me copy, and here I have already logged in into my worker node 2. First I need to create mkdir slash data. It is here. Okay, it is already there. That's great. There is no file here. Let me paste and giving the right permission. After that, I'm going to execute this script. So this script will download the package, create the user and services, everything it will do. Okay, so it checks the firewall service is running or not. It is not running. That's great. And after that, I can execute this command to check if my node exporter is working or not. It is working. Okay, it says already in use. In this scenario, I need to use this command here. It says node exporter is listening on here. It's okay. And I can use restart or status. Like status, it is running fine. Okay. It's time to log in into the Prometheus server. For Prometheus, I have login here, master node. Okay. Let me close this here. If I close here, let me check how much it is. Now you can see here that these memories are increased in the graph form. Okay. From here, you can check the historical logs from this portal. Here I have already logged in into my Prometheus server where I have installed. Open this file. Here I just need to add this line only. Not line, but this syntax. Just need to add the IP address and then port number in this file here. Press I, shift insert, that's it. And there is no gap between comma. We did the modification in the Prometheus configuration file. Before restart the service, it is always recommended to check the syntax. So this is the prompt tool is the command to check the syntax, and it says success. It means that the modification what we did is right, and then restart the Prometheus server. Now switch to here and status. Let me maximize here and check status. It is showing unknown, but it takes some time, and now it is up here. Click on graph here and check uptime. Now I can see second one, that is my 1.32 is my second VMIP address. Now in this way you need to install the node exporter on each machines. I understand that in the production environment we are running many instances and it is not possible, especially in the Kubernetes clusters. But yes, in Kubernetes cluster it will be installed automatically. I will show you in that chapter, don't worry. But here we just need to understand that how these applications are working and how we can configure it. Okay, so let me post here. Every time series is equally identified by its metric name specified to the specific application. The prefix is usually the application name itself. I will show you what is the metric name. Now you just giving you something here that up is a matrix name. And if I add here, all these are the matrix name from where we can get the data. If I execute here, so these are my matrix name and these are the values. I will show you what are these instances and jobs and node. I will tell you in my next chapter. Don't worry. And here we have completed the lab. Let's go back to our theory part. One is missing. So in the initial of this chapter, I informed you that we will cover all these steps. So now you can understand that Prometheus expose wide variety of hardware and operating system level metrics. So we can check the CPU, disk, memory, network, and system uptime. So all these metrics we will get by default. Not we can say that by default, but yes, Prometheus offered all these metrics, so we don't need to do anything manually. Yeah, okay. If you like this video, please like this video and share with your friends and colleagues. And if you want more videos from my side, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you will notify when I uploading a new videos. Thank you. Bye bye.